Good morning, Rosemont. And it is indeed a pleasure to be here again, at the podium rather than in the pews. But, you know, it's a pleasure to know that God can use you in any way possible. And you know what is biggest of all? That you guys pray for me and really encourage me. And that is what it's doing. I am so excited and I just can't hide it. You know that song by the Pointer Sisters? Anybody who saw the race yesterday, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I mean, if I could jump like Ilian, I would jump too, but I'm so excited and I'm happy for my girls. 1-3, should have been 1-2, but kudos to Shelly and Fraser. She did very well with a sprint pool. And to get the bronze with a sprint pool is phenomenal. Kudos to our Jamaican youth. We are following up on our message of indigenous language, and my message today will be my language. And we all know that is Jamaican, right? My language. Last time, Pastor spoke about speaking in tongues, and his message was taken from Acts 2, and it was read from 1 to 21, and we all know what took place. And he broke it down into 3 areas. The message of God was intimate, the message of God was contextual, and the message of God is inclusionary. And with all of that, I'm going to take you back to the beginning. And my scripture reading today will be taken from Genesis 11, reading from verses 1 through 9. And I'm reading from the NIV version, and it reads, Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, Come, let's make bricks and break them thoroughly. They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, If as one people speak in the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other. So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. Hearing let a reading of God's holy word. Thanks be to God. Let us pray. Father in heaven, great is your name and greatly to be praised, for you are highly exalted, and you are far beyond finding out. You made us a little lower than the angels, but above all things on this earth. You gave us the authority to rule and to conquer. And we thank you, Almighty God, that you believed in us in every way, for we were made in your own image. Let these words and whatever I speak out of my mouth be not of myself, but from you, Almighty God, and that your people will receive it with gladness, and that your name will be glorified. We praise you. In your holy name we pray. Amen. Alright, so we're following on the message, which is for the 3 weeks. Last week, Pastor spoke on speaking in tongues. This week I'm speaking about my language, and I guess Dr. Roper will be speaking about something else. But in the same vein of our language. So, to begin to understand languages, we have to go back to the origin. And the origin we found in Genesis 11 showed us that the people of the world spoke one language and they had one common speech. That means they were able to communicate effectively with each other. And, pardon me. Water here. Thank you again. One common language, which was how everyone communicated. Now, to better understand this, when you read chapter 10 of Genesis, it tells you of the nations of the world and how all of them came together. Now, all the nations of the world have this one common language. And when people communicate together in this format, minds start to work, things start to develop, and you can do great things. But language sets you apart too, because our language is unique to us. Other person's language are unique to them. What do you know about your language? I'm going to read a little excerpt that was written by, start looking at it along with it, a lady by the name of Hannah Appel, and she's from San Francisco. She is an anthropology. And where is an anthropology? That means you're listening to Pastor Man. And what does Silly say about Joanna? With anthropology, she's the only anthropology in the Caribbean. Most of them are from the Americas or Europe. Well, this lady came and studied our language. And I know living here, we don't study our language. We live our language. Because our language is our own. So can you speak Jamaican? Brethren, wagwan. Why? You don't know, say, me dey a go and easy. Yes, I. That's how I got still up. Not now, go on. But we have to eat the tea. Not true? True. How the people them speak? Why they alright, you know? One of them want on DJ and bus. Next one want go foreign and bus. I try reason with them still, you know. Yeah man, I saw people see every reason, you know. Then you know say every make a muckle. Sure. Me dey pan here, say here. I forward. Yeah man, little more. See? Little more. Now that was the Jamaican conversation. Now the conversation in English. What's up, man? I'm here just taking it easy. Yeah, that's how it is. Times are hard, but we have to keep the faith. Isn't that right? Yeah. How are your kids? They're alright. One wants to be a DJ and make it big. Another one wants to migrate and make it big. I'm just trying to reason with them. Yeah, that's how kids are. They have to know what you have to work for, things little by little. True. Listen, I'm in a hurry. I'm going to leave. Okay, see you later. See you later. You got all of that out of the Jamaican? Why? Because it's your language. Your language. Now, she goes on to say, how can it be that a conversation between two Jamaicans need translating into English? What does it mean that many people mistakenly think that no woman, no cry means if one doesn't have a woman? You get it? No woman, no cry. If you don't have no woman, you're not a cry. It makes sense. Okay. How can it be that Bounty Killer and no doubts Billboard single Hey Baby is most likely the only Bounty Killer song any non-Jamaican will understand? Because that's the only one you really sang in English. And you didn't get it, Bounty Killer singing part one. These examples demonstrate that Jamaicans have a language all their own. A language partially based on, but very different from English. So different in fact that the average English speaker cannot go into a Jamaican rum bar and understand the men sitting at the corner, or go to a dancehall session and understand what the selector is saying, let alone the DJs. This article is a brief attempt to trace the history of Jamaican language and how it is used in Jamaica today, to help us all understand one another a little better. If we use the metaphor of a human life to understand the development of Jamaican language, we can see that the language was born out of a series of historical contacts and collisions: trade, war, slavery, the plantation system, colonialism, etc. Now, we know in slavery, our language was developed for the mere reason that the slave owners would not understand us. So, this Jamaican language was developed. So, when you converse before them, they couldn't understand what you're saying. Because it's only in... Who can tell me what was the language used in school when you're growing up? Children have a language when you're growing up in Gypsy. No, this was what they used in those days. So that not parents alone, but the fellow classmates and teacher don't know what is happening. Now me always try to figure out what they mean by a pay to po, to po, to pay, to pay, to po, to po. But we create languages to cause diversion and for communication that nobody else understands. And you call it gypsy. I tell you, after this birth and early childhood, the language was raised in the islands, hills and gullies, in maroon settlements, and in growing cities and towns. Finally, the Jamaican language came of age in the vibrant music and oral literature of the nation. This language has many names. Most people in Jamaica and abroad call it patois, which was originally derived from the French, meaning a common tongue, formed for communication between groups who previously didn't share a language. Master and slave, for example. Though patois has taken on a meaning of its own in the Jamaican context, it has negative linguistic connotations of inferiority. A patois is often thought to be a degenerate version of a so-called pure language. To avoid this stigma and to describe the language of Jamaica in a positive and accurate way, researchers say that it is not a patois at all, but a Creole. A Creole is, to put it simply, a language developed over time through the mixing of other languages, which eventually becomes more than or independent from the sum of its parts. And I learned some of that yesterday while watching the interview after the race. If anybody watched, they were speaking to this lady from downtown Kingston. And they said, what do you think about the race? Kick out, kick out. Oh, wait a sec, my girl, but kick out, kick out. No, me trying to figure out what kick out means. But me get to understand that it means she bad. She way out of class. But the language is tick out, Jamaica, tick out. You understand? And it's language. Oh, eh? I mean, we have learned so many, and languages keep developing. Because for the past few years, the two languages that came into prominence was Cree and this. If you're not Cree somebody, you are this there. So languages keep coming up. From the slave trade through the early slavery period, English and African languages mixed words, grammar, intonation, etc. with few Amerindian, which is native Caribbean, and Spanish influences as well. Because English was and is a language of power, capital, and prestige, most of the words in the Jamaican language have English roots. However, the sounds and many of the grammatical structures, as well as some words, have a strong African presence. Unit meaning you, which is plural, nyam meaning to eat, and obia, loosely meaning a science related to the spirit world, are just a few examples of African words used in Jamaica today. As Caribbean poet and historian Kamar Braithwaite states, this language is an English like a howl, or a shout, or a machine gun, or the wind, or a wave. In its contours, its rhythm and timbre, its sounds, explosion, it is not English. And believe me, this when them add what them call indecent language, it come in like when you hear the gun them shoot over your so indecent language sound when it come out of some people. You know. I mean, if anybody watch the movie Third World Cup, at the very beginning when he let out that roar of indecent language, may I tell you, most people in that theater are supposed to tremble. It came like it was a shot out of a gun, and a heavy gun. I tell you, our language is unique. Given this mixture of influences, the language is most often called Jamaican Creole by linguists. For formal use, this name is fine, but I prefer to follow Dr. Carolyn Cooper. Everybody know Dr. Carolyn Cooper, right? Who calls the language simply Jamaican. Just like the language originating in England is English, in Spain, Spanish, etc. Calling the language Jamaican gets rid of any negative connotations other names might carry and affirms it as what Braithwaite called a nation language, the independent language of an independent people. Today, Jamaican is spoken throughout the country, as well as in neighbors of the Jamaican diaspora in New York, London, Toronto, etc. It is important to note, however, that English is still the so-called official language of Jamaica. English is the language of education, commerce, and the institutional world. Because of this colonial legacy, Jamaican is still considered by many within the country and abroad as merely bad English or slang, spoken only by the poor and uneducated. Indeed, language in Jamaica is a class issue. And we know that. The thing is, all the books that we learn out of are written in English. So if you don't understand English, you will never understand what is being read to you or being articulated to you unless you understand English. So for you youngsters, even though our language is Jamaican, you still have to learn English to get along, because remember, you don't only mix with your own kind, you mix with everybody from around the world. Because wealthier people have access to better and higher education, they often speak a language closer to English than those who have less formal education. We should remember though that there are many forms of education, and many Jamaicans who live in rural or inner city areas speak Jamaican with a fluency and currency that wealthier Jamaicans lack. In general, Everyone on the island understands English and can speak something close to English when the situation demands it. In a bank or store, or when interacting with a tourist, for example. Though many people may still stigmatize the language as corrupt or flawed English, Jamaican is a vibrant language, rich with African ancestral memory and the more current creations of contemporary prophets. And they give you some Bob Marley, Miss Lou, Muta Baruta, dancehall DJs, etc. As Jamaicans continue to emancipate themselves from the mental slavery of colonialism and struggle against new colonialism in all its forms, from tourism to IMF, World Trade Organization, sponsored economic austerity to local politics, Jamaican language is a crucial area of self-expression and self-consciousness. Rastafari brethren and sistren understood from long ago the emancipatory potential of language, and over time they have taken Jamaican and filled it with their own usages and meanings. Rasta saw the power of the word to reproduce the existing order or to create an order of its own, and they choose to use the words to rewrite or re-speak their surrounding reality. Jamaican writer and researcher Velma Pollard, in her book Dread Talk, three main categories in which Rastas use language as a vehicle for mental and spiritual emancipation. In Pollard's first category, standard words take on new meaning. So seeing becomes I agree or do you agree. Forward becomes to leave or to go. And Babylon becomes anything having to do with the official and corrupt system, though it is used most often to refer to the police. In our second category, Rastas literalize the sound of words and change them accordingly. Thus, understand becomes overstand, because if you truly understand something, you are no longer under it, but over it. Oppress becomes don't press, because the direction of oppression is not up, as the first syllable suggests, but down. The third and final category is I words, in which Rastas use the pronoun I in special ways. For Rastas, I is a powerful pronoun of self-assertion and agency, and also invokes the power and glory of their God, Haile Selassie I, thus to refer to oneself as I and I, as opposed to me, or to start a word with an I sound is to assert power and holiness, and connect themselves with a higher power. Some examples of words in which I replaces the first syllable include idrin for brethren, or sistren, ital for vital, and ire for free. It is important to know that it is not Rastas alone who use these words, though the concept of language manipulation in these particular ways originated with the Rastas. These usages have spread outside their roots. Jano, overstand, and split are just a few examples of Rasta-originated language use that have been completely integrated into the daily speech of Jamaican speakers. Remember that not everyone in Jamaica speaks Jamaican on a regular basis, though everyone can speak some version of it. You won't find many middle and upper class people whose job may demand a language closer to English, who weren't raised speaking Jamaican, or who may think it's an inferior language saying Jano or not true in regular conversation. However, in rural and poorer urban areas and among youth in general, you will find Jamaican as a standard. Youth and youth culture is perhaps the most important vehicle for the preservation and continual reinvention of Jamaican today. Music specifically is the primary space in which Jamaican has gained value and acceptance as a language of expression, and important at home and abroad. As Jamaican music from Bob Marley to Bounty Killer gains increasing international attention, Jamaican language also spreads throughout the world. Dancehall DJ music alone, which is as a genre, is much more insistent on using Jamaican than roots reggae has been. It's constantly adding new terms and usages to the language, and is always at the cutting edge of urban youth language use. Some examples of these new dancehall-inspired terms and usages are full hundred meaning to give something your all, or the total extent of something that is full hundred. I have to read out this part first because of what? The Jamaican languages. It's a Rachipum, meaning a paranoid man who keeps a close eye on his woman, or a whole barrage of fire terms, including more fire, hotter fire, and terms used to bring down the purifying fire of judgment on habits and lifestyle that some may find immoral. In sum, Jamaican language has a long history and a vibrant present. Though it is still stigmatized as a bastard or inferior language by many, the body of creative work in it, from music and poetry to movies and TV shows, proves otherwise. Any English speaker confronted with real Jamaican for the first time will know, mostly because he or she has no idea what the Jamaican speaker just said, that this is not English they are dealing with. And she closed by saying, "You know, walk good, sing, you don't know, say, at them time there." Meaning all I want to take care. And if you never had an outline of what your language is like and how powerful it is, I hope that insight gave you something. But our language is unique. And our language is our own. And if you came here on Wednesday night, Joan Richard was stressing that our language identifies us. And Pastor spoke about it in his message. Our language identifies us. So that means that anywhere in the world you go, nobody can tell you that is not a Jamaican. From the moment the mouth opens and you hear the patois, you know, say, well, let's call it Jamaica. I like to say it as Jamaica. Jamaica, and we speak Jamaica. And even our children, and even if you bring a foreigner child who is brought up by who? The helper. What the helper going to talk to that child? Jamaican. What do you think that child going to speak to them parents? Jamaican. And they will try to say, no, you must not speak like that. You must speak properly. What you say, mommy? No, you must say, what are you saying, mommy? Mommy don't know where they say. And that is our language. And everywhere you go, it is like that. I'm watching the panelists for Rio Olympics on CBN TV. And Arbeligan, who is the leader of the panelists, I don't think, if he does speak a word of English, it's probably about 10. Young ones coming up, who really understand it. And our inner city community, who is in Jamaica. So if there are hard things in their language, they will read it easily. Well, might not read it easily, but they will readily understand what is being read. So can you speak Jamaican? We're going to look at two things. From the passage that was read, the first thing that came to mind is a common language. Now, a common language enables us to communicate and to collaborate well together. The passage read shows us that when we have one common understanding, we can achieve greatness. Because when the people, the word says, when the people came together, they decided to build a place that would keep all of them together. And they said this would make them great. And then nobody could trouble them. Because the word read, come let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They used brick instead of stone and carve for mortar. Then they said, come let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth. And that is what we need in Jamaica, for communities to come together, to build the community, to make it stronger. But there are always forces that don't want to see that happen. So we want our community to be the best. We want our people to live loving. I mean, when you live in a community where somebody dies every day from the gun, or somebody's home is broken into, or even worse than that, somebody is hungry beside you, and you don't know. We were speaking about it in our class. Because what? The people don't have a common understanding and a common togetherness. But these people understood it. And to show you that this is powerful, what did God say? God said, let's go down and see what they are doing. And the Lord said, if as one people speak in the same language, they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. That's out of the mouth of God. A people that come together can do great things, unimaginable things. The Lord said there's nothing that they can conceive that they can do. And the world is proving that today. We never thought that we could fly to the moon. Who would know that we have a junkyard in space? See, when we throw the rubbish down here, so we leave the rubbish up in space to him. That the same satellites that we send up that give us this mass communication, that we can talk around the world and see picture around the world and everything. All those junk are up there. I watched a series last week, and it said, what would happen if all that junk decided to come down? And you're talking tons upon tons. But when you think about God, can you imagine, remember what Pastor said in his message some time ago? How he separated the two voids, and you have the space. So you have one void separate down here and one void down here. And God kept up there that even the men of those days thought it was a solid surface. But as technology got better, man knew that it was just space. But what happened? You had a barrier that you had to go through, which they call the atmospheric barrier, which you have to approach it at a certain angle for your ship to go through, or it burn and disintegrate. But once you are above it, everything floats in its space. A man figured that out, and man said, well, we can send satellite up, man, and we can have communication. But now they are saying that when a satellite goes dead, it is junk. So they keep colliding up there, and the debris is forming. Now this debris that can form, one day, if you think about it, can shut out even the sun rays from reaching Earth. And we can't live without the sun. Because the sunlight that gives life to down here. So think about it. Man can do great things, and they have been doing great things. The computer age, traveling in a motor vehicle. You used to ride horse and car. Now you drive fast car. And if you no mind sharp, which may no won't be too long, you can't run drive on road again, it go fly. A serious thing. Them a work on it. These are the things when people come together. So can you imagine? Let's take a family. These are the things that they never work on it. Can you imagine a family coming together? A big family of, let's look at a small family of 30 persons. Some of the family members are struggling, but some are well. But can you imagine if you have a family trust fund set up, and each member of the family put a money in it, and then you say, if one member of the family have a little problem, all of us come together and we reason out the problem, and then see what we can do. So that money they know can help do a thing. But we don't have families that do that, because we don't have that collaboration. That collaboration is far from us. Why? And we have one common language in our family. Why is it so hard? So the second thing we look at is uncommon language. And uncommon languages make communication with one another almost impossible. It is confusing and frustrating when you cannot understand what someone is saying to you. To be able to communicate effectively, one would first have to learn the language. So, a person wants to do business in Japan. What that person do? Get a translator. And the translator now translate to him. But sometimes that translation run into bad if the person don't understand what the person is relating. As Joan Richards had outlined to us on Wednesday. So you have to have an understanding of the language. And the question she asked was, and the same question I throw to the church, do you think that music is a universal language? I see everybody in town. But most of I can tell you, I said yes. Because growing up, the understanding was that when you come to appreciate music, you really love it. But it's not everybody like every music. Because she said, what some people call classical music in them country, so like garbage empty out of the truck, down a dump up. But it's classical music to the people. So everything is unique to each person. So we have to learn these things to understand people. But most importantly, we have to learn our own culture, my language, to understand my fellow brethren. And Pastor always said to them, you have to get with the times. Get with the times. Don't beat down a person because they speak differently. You need to understand what the person is trying to say. Because if you're trying to reach a man on the road and you don't want to stoop to his level, he's not going to meet at your level. You know? So you have to conform and make the first move. So you have to learn the language, learn what they mean, so that when you see them and you want to relate to them, you can say, yo, brethren, even though I don't like that word, yo, but yo, brethren, where are you? Warm, sir. Hey, I pray, you know, brethren. I want to make you know a thing. You understand? No, when you meet them on their level, they understand you. But when you try to push things on them that they don't understand and they are fighting against, they're going to stay far from you. It's like a song. When I was growing up, I loved this festival song. and I'm going to sing it for you in English. You ready? Uncle Benji, in his yard, sitting on a stone. His wife and child had gone abroad, left him all alone. I'm singing, wondering what kind of festival would make him stir his old bone. I dropped this version in his yard, and sinners weep and moan. I said, play the music, jump like Lego bees, sip your waters, and love your woman. No, daughters are what we call woman, but English not do it enough, so I have to do it as woman. And play the music sweet. Now, if you went to festival song, to vote for your song, you will vote for that? But when this one they say, Uncle Benji, in a yard, sit down pan stone, na 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 na. Wife and picnic gone abroad, let me man alone. Wondering what kind of festival could have make him start? Feel more bones than a jockey virgin. In a yard, sinners weep and mourn. Me say, play the music, jump like Lego bees. Sip your waters and love your daughter, but play the music sweet. Smoke your pipe and feel alright, but play the music sweet, sweet. No matter what you do, you can't get through unless you play the music. You understand? That is our culture, and that is our language, and we understand that. If you went to a play by Shibada or Oliver, and him talk English, the play would be the most boring play you ever seen around. But once the Jamaican language hit it, it's like electricity. You hear the man say, like machine gun fire, bomb set off. That is how powerful our language is. And we have to embrace it, because it's our own. And we can tell you, when we talk, my Jamaican language, leave me, will not take care. Let us pray. Father in heaven, we thank you for this beautiful day that you have given us. And we thank you for the time that we have shared in your house with our language and with your word. You have showed us over and over again that you are God, and there is none like unto you. For you change circumstances, not to make them worse, but to make them better. Because it's not about us, but it's all about you. Great is your name, and greatly to be praised. Amen.